What up, people? Mr. London here. I come here to answer a few questions that somebody asked me, but I think I answered these questions before in my podcast. I'm almost sure I answered some of them. So I'm gonna start. I don't want to go back to what. I'm gonna ask this one question. He said, "Do I stock birds from the nest?" Okay, before I went through what I went through with the family stuff, all that kind of stuff, and sold the house and divorced and all. Before that happened, I might stock maybe one bird a year from the nest. But after that, when I was just flying, wasn't competing, I was stocking 3 to 4, maybe 3 to 5 birds. And I think that's where I went wrong. Only thing remained the same in my birds from doing that was this bird still spun, they still performed. Some of them really was kind of frequent, but the kit sensitivity, you can't select for that out from the ground. Sorry, you can't. But you get a family of birds that's one of their main traits, and you can try them. And that might work out, which is what I'm trying to do right now. But yeah, I have stocked from the nest. And I stocked them birds from the nest based on their siblings, mother, father, and a specific type. Which is another question asking about the type. I like the apple body. I'm gonna bring out a hen that was very intricate to keep my type straight. And she's still here, but she's not producing anymore. I'm gonna bring her out, but not right now. But I'm gonna bring her out. They said, "Do I have a favorite bird?" Also, I don't have a favorite bird. I have best birds for this, best birds for this. Let's say I might have a bird. And I said, when I need frequency, I use this bird. When I need kit sensitivity, I use these birds. But it's not this bird no more. It's more like these birds. So it's like different sides of the family, all from the same base. So, and I might have 2 different sides of the family just from the same exact birds. You know what I'm saying? So, like somebody asked me that today. I got a lot of strains. I don't have a lot of strains. The birds I brung one bird in at a time. I brung in white heathcock. It's not a strain. It's my bird. I brung that one bird in. I brought that bird in 1999. So, go figure. It's not. It's part of the family now. It's just the white heat side of the family. And that's for the heat. That's keep the heat factor there. That's all it's for. Keep the heat factor there. And I maintained that over a period, but I did get to the point where I got the white heat birds to be not so hot, but that's still what they go back to. But it's not just that. It got just as much of everything else besides the white heat. I just call it that. And there was a question about, what about this Bob stuff you got from somebody named Bob? No, that's a bird. That Bob means B-O-B, black on black. That's what that means. So, but as far as having a favorite bird, no favorites. There's one time I did have a favorite bird. That was back when I first got the white heathcock. I had the white heathcock and the bull-eye spangle. Let me tell you the story real quick. So I had both of them birds breeding at the same time. Right? So I'm flying babies off both of them. They both spinning. I'm flying for years. I'm flying them. But I noticed at the end of the year, I had more white heat birds in the stock loft and more bull-eye spangle birds in the kits. And then, I found out that the few bull-eye spangle birds that I brung in were outproducing the white heat birds by far. So I had to switch it up. So I started bringing more bull-eye spangle birds in and less white heat birds, and then my percentages went up astronomically. So that just let me know that showed me that I was favoring the white heat birds over the bull-eye spangle birds. But the bull-eye spangle birds were showing me all the goods. So I got past that scenario. And I noticed that when I brought in the weapon cock and hen, which were some descendants of the bull-eye spangle, the same type of stuff, but distant. All their mates were the bull-eye spangle sons and daughters. That's crazy. I mean, so that kind of played it out too. So where I got past that too. So I already discussed body type with apple body. I'm gonna show a bird or two like that, but most of my birds are breeding now. But I'm gonna show a few birds just so you know. What I look for. What I don't want to happen is I don't want my birds to be different as far as body structure. I want everybody to be the same body structure. Only thing that's gonna vary is size, but the same body structure but different sizes. I don't like small cock birds. I don't mean. See, there's a medium small, then there's a small. I don't like small. I shy from small cock birds. I never had one that was really, really good in the stock loft. I never had one. And every time I had a small cock bird and a kid, he was always seldom. That's just for me. I'm not saying it's gonna happen for you or your birds, but for me, that's what was going on. So, as far as size, the medium on the cock side, medium large, maybe a little large, but not small. And on the hens, medium small and medium, not really large, but a good size big hen. I like all my birds to be chest full. I like them to have the chest. I like all of them to be like that, hens or cocks. They don't have to be big or real wide. They just can't be. I don't like that. I never had that much luck with real small, narrow pigeons. Period. So I tried to use them, but I don't get too many of them. But to each his own. What you want to do is you want to build a family that's consistent. The way you fly and breed them. I mean, whatever gives you your best results, that's what you do. Regardless of what I say, the next man say, John Doe say, Susie Jean, whatever, no matter what they say, whatever works best for you and keep your birds consistent, that's what you do. That's it. There's no set type at all. All of them can spin. All of them can roll horrible. Even the birds that built the best, they can roll just as horrible as a bird that's off balance. But whatever you get your highest percentage from and your best results from, that's what you do. Color don't matter. Eye color don't matter. But I stay away from birds with pupils, large pupils that don't flex or just stay dilated. When they stay dilated, nah, I don't like that. And people think dilated is when they get small. That's not when they dilated. You know what I'm saying? But so you want, if they stay dilated, no matter if they light, dark, and in the middle, right in the center of the eye, them birds never be good for me. Gravel eyes don't make a bird better than the next bird. I never have too much fortune with birds with the white eyes. Nah, mine's when they come like that, they usually be a little hotter. They gotta have a little bit of that red in them a little bit. And I don't have a lot of yellow eyes. They're on the hot side for me too. But anyway, you build your family in according to you. You one got to feed them, so you got and the feed. There's no one. Whatever your birds is raised on and trained on is what they get used to, and you just got to figure out the amounts to give them to maintain, sustain, or push them over the edge when they can just give you what you want. That's keep it simple. Simplicity is probably the best. You can't feed the birds, but I feed my birds probably because they don't have the same genetic makeup. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about all that kind of stuff like that. So I pretty much answered most of the questions, if not all of the questions. What I'm gonna bring out the main hen. I'm gonna bring her out. I'm gonna probably bring a few other birds out. I don't want to bring her out for sure. She's here now. She hadn't been here. She was somewhere else. Now she's here. She's not laying no more though. She haven't laid and produced no baby since 2020. So I'm going.
You still out right here?
Yeah. You can follow. Got the bird, bring her out. Just bring out a few. I ain't gonna bring out a lot. Most of the birds are breeding right now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, as far as hens goes, these hens have a type of, this is the main hen. She's, how old is she now? She's 12 years old now. She's 12-year-old pigeon right here. This is her daughter. She's not even breeding right now because the cock on her was acting weird. So I just broke them up. I don't want to make this hen thing, so she just sitting until I put her on somebody else. This is the white heat stuff. But I took the white heat cock in 99. I bred off of him I got him in 2000. I bred off him in 2001, his first babies. This brother is a descendant from them babies on both sides. But they got her blood in it also way back too. But before she was even born, she got some back there. So it's the same thing. It's not a different strain. My strain has to bring a bird in to add a little heat. So this is pretty much the structure that I like on my hens, pretty much. This hen is really good, really nice. Her thing was, she was like the regulator. So anything that I had that was hot or considered hot, I put it to her. And what she did was, she took all the heat out, but the birds still maintained their frequency, good depth, good style. The kiss sensitivity stayed the same, and homelessness. That's why she has so many birds still here. So this is her daughter. Bred her in 2015, I think, 15. She was on 8/3. She was nice. One of the blue checkers that was a kid, about 15 to 20 feet. Really nice. I don't have no problems with her as far as frequency, speed. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about. But I think one of the problems we have here in the United States is when our first thing we say when we describe a bird is, oh, it was fast. That's our first thing we say. And I know all the other guys, they say, she was a real nice roller, real good kid pigeon. The guys here, we never say that. We always say speed, 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 which is good. I'm not knocking it. But it's like we selecting them birds on speed and not everything else. And you can go see some kids. You see some nice, fast birds. But they kid, as far as scoring-wise, it's questionable. And that's why I got to that same thing. Who that bird was fast. Her baby's just as fast eating. What her babies are better for is their kid sensitivity. And that's why I've been trying to get most of these back. I had them all out, but now I got most of them back. These birds, they white heat, but they don't have the heat that they had before. When they come into the spin, they're not hot. It's like any other birds now. Like that. So the heat is not there. In this side of them. I have another side of them too, where they're not grizzled. They black and red checks and everything else. But those are the better ones. Usually the grizzled ones were the hotter ones. The white grizzled ones were the hotter ones at first. But now they're not. But if I pair her to her grandson, everything is right back. And that's why I'm going, putting all that stuff back together. So this, get an idea on the type. Expression. These are hens. All the main cocks are pretty much, I will show, are pretty much breeding right now. But as far as delivery of the roll, smooth roll, this bird throw more smooth rollers. She has 2 birds in the kit now. She has 2 daughters in the kit right now. They're pretty good. I wouldn't say they're the hardest workers, but they're not the least. They're at the bottom of the barrel. They're like in the middle. They have their days where they're really, really good. I can manipulate that with the cock I put her on. Like her sons to her, then they more what I like. So that just give you an idea. Now, I haven't got any cocks that I would even bring up. It's not breeding. I don't really like mess with my cocks when they breed. Hens are cocks, especially They just starting to lay. They just now laying, so I don't really want to mess with them too much. Young birds, birds. Not one. They're trying to get eggs. They're gonna find this kind of interesting. If you guys will find this kind of interesting, I'm gonna bring these three straight cocks out here. This is gonna be interesting. Now, what's interesting about this whole thing right here is this. This is the cock I put to her to get the really good ones. This is the pig. They're not down right now, but they'll be there. These two cocks are her four brothers. Same mother, same father. These two cocks right here. Now, this cock right here was better than him in the air. This dude was only like 10 feet maybe in the air. But he's older. He's 10 years old now. This cock was like 20 feet. Nice, fast bird. But he came in regular about 3, 4. We started spinning at 3 months. He was like 5, 8 feet. In the second year, he was like 20. This guy. But this guy, outproduced him by far. This guy, that's why this guy's still here. He's 10 years old now. This year, 10 years old. Only like 8, 10 feet. If I said 15 feet, that would be stretching it. 12 feet max, I think. But excellent kit bird. The kit break, every break. Don't miss one. Don't miss a break. But I sent him to Ray Vaughn's house. Ray Vaughn had him for a long time. So when he passed away, he's one of the birds I went back, got back. He produces some really nice 20 flippers. Him on the same hill he was on, to be honest, the birds took like, it just starts, if I put them down now, the birds would be just starting to spin in September. But they would, then they start to spin next year, they get no deeper than 10, 12 feet. His baby was coming out like he was in the air. He has a son, one son that wasn't flown, got picked and gave him deep brown. That produces. I picked him from the ground. He was different. He was different from all the other ones. He's a producer. He produces. He's in there now. This dude right here, is those better birds. I mean, as far as what you want to see, the work rate, I like this one. He flew similar to her. But I haven't put him on no hot bird like I put her on to see what I can get. I haven't done him like that. I put him on real good birds. And that's what's crazy about these birds. They produce the opposite. Like, it's like crazy. And this dude right here was off of, his father is 1803, which is off of Big Head Red Check son, which go back to her sister, her full sister. And the mother is the original, the Bob stuff. No, take that back. His mother's three-quarter Bull-Eye Spangle. Three-quarter Bull-Eye Spangle is his mother. But his grandmother's her. So So it's that stuff. If I take that stuff back to this, that's the pair. I tried to let this dude get this pair, but he just wanted the hen. I said, you're messing up. But to each his own. So she's still here, he's still here. But I wouldn't let him go now. So it's like one of the good pairs. They would be breeding right now, like because I got the South African stuff back there I'm working with back in the back. So I moved them cocks over here. That's why they're not breeding. Normally they would be down. Some of the cocks in the loft now would be back there. So that's pretty much it. I hope they answered all your questions. That's all I got to say today. I got a surprise coming up with y'all. I'm gonna go to somebody's house today. Y'all gonna be surprised. Well, y'all gonna be surprised, but it's a little different.